Master Jace, leader of the Tylin clan. Seeing Jason and the two guards at the entrance of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association suddenly spoke with excited respect on their faces. They hurriedly came forward and saluted the two of them. This is Master Jace. Next to him is the Tyson patriarch of the Kang's family. This doomsday adventure group is going to collapse. Appearing at this time, the Kangxi family clearly has its sights on this rainbow essence. I'm just saying that this Elixir Path Association was definitely set up to defraud elixir materials. Will it really exchange elixirs for you? I don't think so. Shu, what are you talking about? You two are looking for death or something. There were also chaotic discussions in the crowd, and everyone focused their attention on Jason and Tyson. Now in the territory of chaos, if you ask which family has the most reputation, the answer it is definitely the Kangxi family, and if you ask who has the most reputation, then everyone will say it is Master Jace. Since Jason came to the territory of chaos, the entire territory of chaos has been in a state of turmoil. Everyone was full of admiration and fear for this young man who had extraordinary attainments in elixir science. Master Jace was stunned when they saw Jason and Tyson, Lance and Roger. They held the essence of the rainbow in their hands, with stunned expressions on their faces, but they involuntarily took 2 steps back. Am I that scary? I don't eat people. Feeling the fear in their eyes, Jason couldn't help but feel funny. I don't mean anything else. I just heard what you two said before, so I came here to ask. Jason said, although I am very interested in the rainbow essence in the hands of the two of you, I can guarantee that as long as the two of you don't have the meaning of exchange, our Kang's family does not have the Panacea Association, will never force you to, and all the people present can witness it. The expressions of Terrence and Roger softened a little, and they suddenly thought that they were here. It was just for exchange, and Master Jace was the president of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association. But I have a suggestion for you too. Just when the two of them were hesitating, Jason said again, if you two want to exchange, please decide as soon as possible. If I read it correctly, Deputy Roger, you should have arrived at noon 2 days ago. Jason cast his eyes on Roger, and the sharpness in his eyes made Terrence, Roger, and others feel secretly awe-inspiring. Jason continued, after being poisoned, Deputy Captain Roger should have taken 2 bottles of 4th-level antidote and not a single bottle of 4th-level stimulant, so he can persist until now. Jason shook his head and said, the 4th-level antidote potion has almost 0 resistance to the mental poison of the bloody venom of the Scarlet Poison Girl. Although the stimulant potion can keep your mental power in a state of excitement to resist the invasion of the bloody venom, but active mental power can also make the venom spread more thoroughly. If nothing goes as expected, Deputy Captain Roger, you only have 1 to 2 hours now, and no more than 2 hours at most. The toxins of the bloody venom will completely invade your spiritual sea and turn you into a complete madman. After 3 hours, your body will be completely destroyed, and then you will die. So if you want to redeem it, please do it as soon as possible. Jason's words were very plain, as if he were describing an extremely common thing, but when they fell into the ears of Roger and Terrence and others, they were like a bolt from the blue. How did he know that Deputy Captain Roger was poisoned 2 days ago? He also took these elixirs? Someone in the adventure group exclaimed. After this, Roger and Terrence looked at Jason with horror on their faces. Every word Jason said before was extremely true, as if they had seen it with their own eyes. These things made Roger and Lance feel extremely shocked and unbelievable. Ah! At this moment, Roger suddenly let out a scream. He suddenly fell to the ground and rolled continuously, his whole body twitching and convulsing. He gritted his teeth so hard that blood was squeezed out from his teeth. His red and swollen eyes gradually turned red. The red skin on his face emitted a stench, and the surface began to rot. Wow! All the people in the square backed away a few meters with horror on their faces. However, Jason's face in front of Roger did not change at all. He had said before that Roger was still far away from the full onset of toxicity. An hour's time will never happen an hour ago. Exchange, we decided to exchange. Trance shouted and placed the rainbow essence in front of Jason. Rainbow essence is a 7th level elixir material and can be exchanged for 1 million contribution points. If you don't want to, you can refuse, Jason said. 1 million contribution points? Isn't that only 100 million spiritual coins? Someone in the crowd said. They had also seen the system of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association before. Contribution can be exchanged for spirit coins, and 1 contribution can be exchanged for 100 spirit coins. Spiritual elixir materials like rainbow essence are a treasure that cannot be stolen in the Stern Continent. Although they are still valuable at the auction, 100 million spiritual coins are definitely a loss. This Spiritual Medicine Master Association is really evil. All the spiritual medicine masters secretly said in their hearts. We don't want to contribute points. We just want to redeem a bottle of 6th level antidote potion. Terence said loudly. Oh, really? That won't work. The association has an association system, and no one can destroy it at will. Jason said indifferently. Trance's face suddenly darkened. Can't 7th level elixir materials be exchanged for 6th level elixirs? They didn't know that in the major empires on the mainland, rainbow essence was definitely more expensive than a low-level 6th level antidote. However, in the territory of chaos, a place where there was an extreme shortage of elixir masters, 7th level elixir materials and 6th level elixirs were not. Medicine is the most valuable, but it is a matter of benevolence and wisdom. And the antidote at this moment is not just a matter of a bottle of elixir. For Terence and the others, it is Roger's life. This is a value competition between 7th level elixir materials and a life. Everyone's choice must be the same. But at this moment, Jason spoke again. Jason's voice made Terence and the others' eyes light up. With hope in their hearts, they looked at Jason for a moment, with a look full of pleading in their eyes. Jason had a smile on his face. The exchange value of a low-level 6th grade antidote potion in the Spiritual Medicine Master Association is 200,000 contribution points. I don't understand why you are unwilling to exchange the rainbow essence for 1 million contribution points. Use 200,000 of the 1 million contribution points to exchange for the 6th level low-grade antidote potion. Instead of breaking the rules of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association, what about using rainbow essence to directly exchange for the 6th order antidote potion? Lance and the others were stunned, and then murmured, "Is this okay?" "There's nothing wrong with that." Jason smiled and took out a bottle of spiritual potion from the space ring. It was the 6th level low-grade antidote potion he had prepared. You can redeem it now if you want. Let's change. Terence stuffed the rainbow essence into Jason's hand, and at the same time snatched the antidote from Jason's hand. As if he was afraid that he would regret it, he directly threw Luo, who was lying on the ground and howling in pain. Jia helped him up, and then asked Roger to take it. Gudong. The sound of swallowing the elixir suddenly rang in the ears of all the people present. At the same time, the smell of disinfectant filled the square. This as soon as the antidote entered the body, he was originally in pain on the ground. Roger, howling in pain, stopped howling in an instant. The original feeling of extreme pain was instantly removed from his mind. In his perception, a magical power slowly spread to his whole body finally came together in my mind. The originally chaotic and abnormal mental energy, which almost fell into madness, suddenly felt extremely clear and refreshing under this magical power. In the eyes of everyone in the square, Roger's red face gradually returned to normal. His eyes that were originally red but not swollen also became clear. His face that had started to rot earlier also stopped rotting, and his muscles and skin were restored. The ruddy color was restored. My captain, all the poison in my body is gone. Roger stood up with surprise on his face. The power of the 6th level antidote potion far exceeded his expectations and exceeded his expectations. the expectations of all the people present. The antidote potion used could not cure the toxin of the bloody venom at all. In front of the 6th level antidote potion that Jason took out, it collapsed like a chicken and a dog. Roger's body was cured in a moment. This strong visual conflict made everyone in the square stunned. In fact, what the people present did not know was that not all 6th level antidote potions were so powerful. The 6th level antidote potion prepared by Jason was the latest antidote potion that had been researched and improved by countless people. It is not exactly the same as the antidote potions of this era, and the antidote potion prepared by Jason has a perfect 100% fusion of medicinal properties, and its efficacy is naturally extraordinary. In the square, Roger's face was full of joy and excitement of being reborn. Suddenly, as if he thought of something, he turned around suddenly and bowed vigorously to Jason, his expression full of gratitude. "Master Jace, your teachings will be unforgettable," he said solemnly. There was excitement in his eyes. Jason smiled and said, "You don't need to thank me, your life is spent on this. I got it in exchange for the rainbow essence. If you want to thank me, just thank the rainbow essence, or your good brothers." Trance and the others also turned around at this moment, bowed deeply to Jason, and said respectfully, "Thank you. Without you, Master, the rainbow essence alone would be useless. I'm afraid it would still be difficult for Roger. Escape to death. I cannot repay the great kindness of the Master. I can only promise that in the future, all the elixir materials obtained by our Doomsday Twilight Adventure Group will be sold to the Elixir Medicine Association. Master, your appearance is really the property of my Chaos territory." The blessing for adventurers, the respect shown by Terrence and the others at this moment is not mixed with any hypocrisy, it is completely radiated from the heart. The territory of Chaos is a place where elixirs are extremely lacking, like Roger. This time he was accidentally attacked by a scarlet poisonous spider. If it had been in the past, Roger would have had to wait for death. However, it was precisely because of the emergence of Jason and the emergence of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association that Roger could have a way to use materials. The opportunity to exchange for a spiritual potion was something that adventurers in the territory of Chaos could never imagine in the past. Moreover, Jason had the opportunity to completely exchange the rainbow essence with a 6th level antidote potion, but he did not, with such integrity. The quality made Lance and the others full of admiration for Jason's personality. No matter in which aspect, Lance and the others' respect for Jason came from their hearts and was not false in the slightest. Jason smiled and said nothing. For him, this is just a transaction, and in his mind, although the materials required to prepare the 6th level antidote potion are quite rare, with his current status, he can search for them at will in this chaotic territory. 2. And the essence of the rainbow is priceless. Using this low-grade 6th-grade detoxification potion, which can be found at will, in exchange for the rainbow essence, the 7th-grade elixir material that cannot be stolen, Jason felt that he had made a lot of money. With this rainbow essence, Jason can prepare a more powerful 7th-level Imperial elixir. And his original intention of establishing this elixir association was also the same, to use elixirs that others needed but were of no use to him in exchange for the rare materials in their hands. But Jason really didn't expect that on the first day of the establishment of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association, the first member he met would give him such a surprise. You know, he has been in this chaotic territory for several months. He originally took out a large amount of elixirs in exchange for rare materials, but the only 7th-level elixir materials he saw were the clouds in the hands of Chief Pierre. The spiritual fruit is just the ghost grass that Chief Reagan took out. Wealth is hidden among the people. Sure enough, the people are the place where treasures truly exist. Jason couldn't help but sigh in his heart. Tyson, go in and put the remaining 800,000 contribution points on Roger's membership card. Jason ordered to Tyson. Although the 800,000 contribution points would have reached a terrifying price of 80 million spirit coins if converted into spirit coins, Jason didn't take it to heart. Compared with the priceless value of rainbow essence, 80 million the spirit coin was just a fraction of the essence of the rainbow, and it was what Roger and the others deserved. This was the foundation of Jason's integrity. In fact, the biggest winner in this transaction was Jason. Soon, Tyson came out of the Alchemist Association, and behind him were Maria and Gandalf from the Curie family. President Zhongjiao, why are you here? Gandalf and the others said with a smile. Jason smiled and said hello, then took the membership card from Tyson and put it in the hands of Roger, who had fully recovered. In the Spiritual Medicine Master Association, your 800,000 contribution points can be exchanged for anything whose value does not exceed your own contribution, such as elixirs, spirit coins, and preparation utensils. If you encounter any difficulties during the preparation process, you can also spend your contribution points on Ask Questions in the association, and you can even ask Gandalf and Maria to teach you the knowledge of elixirs. I can't guarantee anything else. If you spend all your 800,000 contribution points on letting them let you learn elixirs. It is not impossible to advance from the 4th level low-level elixir master to the intermediate elixir master. If you have high understanding, it is not impossible to advance to the high-level elixir master. After saying all this, with Gandalf and the others watching, Jason took Tyson out of the square and left the Alchemist Association. In front of the Alchemist Association, Roger's face was dull, and his eyes were full of doubts. I didn't seem to say my specific level before. I just said that I was a 4th level elixir master. But how did Master Jace know that I was a 4th level low-level elixir master? Roger murmured to himself, his heart filled with confusion. However, when he thought about the elixir Jason had told him about the elixir he had not taken when he was poisoned, the confusion on Roger's face gradually turned to horror. Just by looking at it, he could know the elixir he had not taken during the time he was poisoned, and he could also know his level of elixir master. With such a powerful elixir knowledge, Master Jace was a bit too scary. Shaking his head, Roger came back to his senses from the shock and said to Lance beside him, Captain, I didn't expect that the rainbow essence could gain so many contributions. Why don't I go to this spiritual place now? Let's exchange some elixirs for everyone in the group from the Pharmacist Association. Ha ha ha, Lance and others' faces were full of smiles. Everything that happened to the family today is really a blessing in disguise for them. But after Roger entered the Elixir Medicine Association to redeem the elixir, the entire crowd in the square instantly exploded. Oh my god, the 6th grade low-grade antidote potion can be exchanged for only 200,000 contribution points. It's incredible. It only costs 20 million spiritual coins when converted into spiritual coins. Yeah, no wonder that Jace the Master said before that rainbow essence is worth 1 million contribution points, but I still wrongly accused him of being too dark. Really, many people exclaimed in surprise. In fact, 20 million spirit coins is not a small amount, but it is cheaper than the 6th level low-grade antidote potion. What, 200,000 contribution points is not enough? Are you kidding me? Someone on the side said, in this Elixir of Medicine Association, only materials can be exchanged for contribution points. Ordinary materials are only worth a few contribution points, even some rare materials it only has a few thousand contribution points. I'm afraid it's just like a heaven-defying material like Rainbow Rough, which has such a high price. That's what you said, but compared to elixirs, it doesn't matter if you spend more materials. We in the territory of chaos don't have much else, but we have a lot of materials. Did you hear what you just heard? Master Jace said. In this Elixir Medicine Association, you can really use your contribution points to ask questions, and you can even ask Master Maria for advice. Master Maria is a member of the Curie family of elixirs. The 5th Elder, a 6th level low-level elixir master. With her guidance, it would be difficult for me not to improve my elixir master level. Hey, what about the 5th Elder of the Curie family? The Curie family has long since disappeared. Okay. Besides, Master Maria is nothing. If I can get Master Jace to give me some advice, no matter how much it costs, I'm willing to do it. Master Jace gives you some advice? Haha, you can just dream, but I said brother, I heard what you just said, you are also a spiritual medicine master. I am not talented, I am a third-level intermediate medicine master. Haha, little brother, I am a little worse than you, big brother. I am a third-level low-level elixir master. Haha, that's good. How about the two of us join the Spiritual Medicine Master Association now and have some exchanges there? Haha, the elder brother has spoken. The younger brother should obey. Please. Liang Ti walked into the Medicine Master Association with a smile. Scenes like this happened everywhere in the square. With Roger's example, most of the medicine masters present were relieved and joined in one after another. In the association, some advisors are even hurriedly preparing to go back to get materials to exchange for contribution points. The real elixir masters are all a group of research madmen. In the past, there was no one who could be found in the territory of chaos. All the elixir masters in the places where everyone communicates are on guard, not daring to reveal their identities for fear of being coveted by others. Now the Spiritual Medicine Master Association established by Jason provided them with such a place for communication. For a while, these guys couldn't suppress their inner excitement. After dispelling their concerns, they joined the Spiritual Medicine Master Association. As the saying goes, it spreads from 10 families to hundreds. Many elixir masters joined the Elixir Masters Association, used materials to gain contribution points, and then redeemed them for elixir potions. The news quickly spread throughout the chaotic area. For a time, the Dog Spirit Medicine Association established by Jason spread like a virus throughout the entire territory of chaos, becoming the most discussed term in the entire territory of chaos. At this time, Jason, the founder of the Spiritual Medicine Association, was starting a new round of preparation in the Kang's family's mansion laboratory. This time, the spiritual potion that Jason wanted to prepare was not the first time he came to the City of Chaos. After using the extreme potion to obtain materials, on a whim, he randomly matched and combined all the materials to form a spiritual potion. What he prepared was all capable of a magical elixir that improves the strength of those around you. If you want the Kangxi family to truly control the entire Chaos Leader family for you, you can't just rely on the intimidation of yourself and your father, and the Curie family does not have the help of the Baihara family. For these two families, Jason didn't fully believe it in his heart, so what Jason wanted to do most now was to improve the strength of the Kang's family. Although the Kang's family has now become the most powerful family in the territory of chaos, owning many of the things they had before. It is impossible to have conveniences and conditions, but a family's prosperity cannot be easily improved in a short time. It requires the development of one generation or even several generations. However, the elixir can improve a family at the fastest speed. Something belonging to the power. Jason slowly took out the materials one by one from the space ring. Every time he took out a piece, Jason's heart slowly settled. After taking out all the materials, it was like a mirror-like lake surface, without any ripples. The first thing Jason prepared was the 6th grade high-grade Spirit Master Potion. He found 2 violent spirit fruits among the belongings of several big families. This is the first thing that comes to mind. The Spirit Master Potion is undoubtedly one of the most powerful among all the 6th order spiritual potions, and is also one of the most valuable 6th order spiritual potions. One by one, the materials quickly decomposed in Jason's hands and began to react to each other. When Jason was a 2nd level senior spiritual warrior, he was already able to prepare the Spiritual Master Potion. Now it has as a 4th level senior spiritual master, his physical strength, spiritual consciousness strength, and even preparation techniques have all improved a lot compared to before, and he is naturally able to prepare them with ease. This time, Jason did not completely use Avogadro's law to deduce it at the beginning like he was preparing a potion of perception, and then use his spiritual sense to control the reaction, but integrated the technique into it. Avogadro's law is about converting the reaction between liquid chemicals into data, bringing it into a formula, and deriving the time and amount of the next step based on the formula. The traditional preparation method of spiritual consciousness is to observe factors such as the degree of reaction of spiritual consciousness to the liquid in the medicine bottle, the degree of direct fusion of spiritual elements, etc., and use spiritual power to join the reaction to promote the reaction of the medicine, and successfully prepare the final product. The elixir. The technical preparation method is to use physical changes such as changes in the smell of the liquid, changes in color, changes in volume, changes in weight, etc., to convert these changes into data one by one, and then calculate and practice in the mind. There are 3 preparation methods, each of which can be used to prepare elixir alone. However, at this moment, Jason is trying to combine these 3. This is a brand new attempt, and Jason hopes that he can find a preparation. A breakthrough. What Jason does best. Naturally, it is the preparation of technical flowing medicine. In his previous life, he was a pioneer of technical flowing medicine. As a 9th-level spiritual master, as long as his body is strong enough, he can perfectly control the preparation process of technical flowing medicine with his eyes closed. It can be said that as long as Jia Sen's body strength has now returned to the 9th-level holy body of his previous life, and Jason can immediately prepare a 9th-level holy spiritual potion. It's a pity that Jason's current physical strength is only that of a 7th-level senior imperial spiritual master. There is still a big gap between him and an 8th-level imperial spiritual master, let alone a 9th-level holy body. In fact, Jason was when he was a 3rd-level senior spiritual master, his physical strength had already reached the level of a 7th-level low-level imperial spiritual master. Now, as a 4th-level senior heavenly spiritual master, his strength has improved by 1 level. However, the physical strength has only increased by 2 levels. This is really because after the spiritual master breaks through to the 7th-level imperial spiritual master and becomes a high-level professional, the whole person will reach a new level. Every time he improves 1 level in the future, he will become more powerful. It is quite difficult, and it is not comparable to the previous low-level professionals and mid-level professionals. The reason why Jason can advance to these 2 levels is because he is from the line of violent spiritual masters and is the result of continuous physical training. As for the preparation of traditional spiritual consciousness flow, Jason slowly began to learn it in this life. Although his understanding is extremely high, after all, Jason has only been in this world for less than 2 years. He has many advantages that are ahead of this world. The knowledge and methods of the times can greatly improve one's preparation ability, but in terms of pure spiritual consciousness control and spiritual power control, he, who is now a 4th-level senior heavenly spiritual master, is at most as good as a 5th-level elixir master. Gandalf is quite in this regard, Jason has always lacked a true mentor. Although he often communicated with Saha, Bispham, Rudolph and others when he was in the Kingdom of Orlando, Lu, the strongest among them, Daofu was only a 5th-level senior elixir master at the beginning. Jason can only be given some of the experience he has, but it is not enough to make Jason completely new in this area. Most of the time, Jason has to rely on his own talent and understanding. Avogadro's law is a genre that Jason just recently learned from the Jintong Palace. However, Jason came from behind and mastered the first 1,000 of the 1,080 formulas. According to the Imperial Potion, Jason with his experience in potions, Jason can rely on Avogadro's law to prepare a 7th-level Imperial elixir. Just for the first 1,000 formulas by virtue of this Avogadro's law. Can you prepare an 8th-level Emperor-level spiritual potion? Jason didn't know clearly. However, in Jason's opinion, the 80 formulas behind Avogadro that he could not understand were the most essential part. Jason could feel that as long as he combined these 1080 completely mastering this formula is like fully controlling the technical flow of spiritual medicine, and can prepare a 9th-level holy level spiritual medicine. In fact, this Avogadro's law cannot form a flow like the technical flow and spiritual consciousness flow. A separate school. It can only be regarded as an inheritance, because it must rely on the spiritual consciousness preparation flow to exist and cannot be prepared alone. However, Jason feels that Avogadro's law is the most mysterious among the three preparation methods. Bring it in completely according to the formula, and you can prepare all the elixirs, big and small. This completely mechanized and streamlined way of preparing the elixirs is essentially the same as the elixir emotion that Jason understood. Conflict. This filled Jason's heart with contradictions and doubts. One was to treat the preparation of spiritual potions as a dead thing, relying entirely on formulas and assembly lines. The other was to treat the preparation of spiritual potions as a living thing, with its own feelings, regard the elemental factors as their brothers and friends, sharing their feelings and emotions. These are two completely conflicting methods, but each one seems to contain a great truth. In the end, after learning, you can prepare a 9th level holy level spiritual potion, which makes Jason difficult to understand for a moment. But since he can't understand it, Jason didn't try to get too close to the mark. He had to figure it out now. He knew that the reason why he couldn't understand it now was that his level was not enough. In this life, he aimed to become a 10th level medicine god. He believed that as long as he kept working hard, he would be able to understand all the difficult problems in elixir science. Under such a situation, Jason began to prepare. 3 different methods were constantly in Jason's mind. It emerged that the data verified each other one by one. Among these 3 methods, Avogadro's law and technological medicine require a large amount of data. For a time, the data flow like a computer background was constantly filled with outstanding information. Sen's mind. Jason has completely integrated into such an environment, and his soul has completely settled. At this moment, he feels like an emotionless machine, constantly analyzing each person, data, and find the patterns between them. For example, when Avogadro's law deduces that the medicinal liquid is about to react, Jason will subconsciously use the technology flow of spiritual medicine and the spiritual flow of preparation to observe, when this reaction occurs, does the physical state of the liquid medicine change? What is the reaction process between the spiritual element factors in the liquid medicine? And when Technique Luling Pharmacy discovers that the liquid medicine is reacting, Jason will infer back. Is this phenomenon reflected in Avogadro's law? This change in physical state is caused by what happened in the reaction between the spiritual elements in the liquid. During the preparation process, Jason's the 4th level advanced spiritual consciousness was completely emitted, constantly integrated into the reaction of the potion, and Jason's 5 senses of touch and 6 senses were also amplified to the most sensitive level. His nerves were extremely tense, and his mind did not dare to relax at all. Sweat dropped from Jason's body like raindrops. Within a moment, Jason's forehead was covered with sweat, and the robe on his body was wet with sweat. His spiritual perception was reduced to the smallest detail. In the most sensitive state, Jason's body was shaking subconsciously. At this moment, his spirit and body had reached the limit of what he could bear. If he was not careful, he would completely collapse. If what Jason did with this potion were known to other top elixir masters on the mainland, everyone would probably be shocked and curse Jason for being a pervert. The preparation and grading of elixir potions is an extremely strict matter. After countless years, with the development and research, the grading system has reached an extremely terrifying level. Generally, a 6th level senior elixir master can only prepare 6th level high-grade elixirs. If you don't believe in evil, try to prepare a 7th level imperial elixir level potion, then there is often only one result: spiritual consciousness collapse, insanity, and complete obsession. The most important thing in technical flow spiritual medicine is physical strength. If a spiritual medicine master who only has the physical strength of a 6th level spiritual master tries to use technical flow, preparing a 7th level imperial potion, the result was the same. His body completely collapsed and he died suddenly. It was just like when Augustus of the Daos family attacked and fought with Wayne in the sky above King Orlando's city. His original strength was a third-level advanced level. The physical strength of the spiritual master Jason has reached the level of a 7th-level low-level imperial spiritual master. But when he prepared the 7th-level imperial spiritual potion that restored Wayne's strength, if it weren't for the super-strong black weird power in his body, restoration ability, Jason's arms have been completely scrapped in that preparation. Moreover, an elixir master can often only use one preparation method during the preparation process. In fact, they all only know the traditional spiritual knowledge. Familiar with the preparation method, and you must not be distracted. Once distracted, there is often only one result, and that is preparation failure. Jason is currently preparing a 6th-level high-grade Spirit Master potion. Even if a 7th-level elixir emperor is preparing it when the time comes, I can only prepare it honestly. I don't dare to be careless at all, but look at what Jason has done now. He actually used 3 different methods to prepare a magical elixir at the same time. This is simply a fantasy and an idiot's dream. The large amount of data and reactions would cause Jason's spirit to collapse instantly. But Jason didn't. His body and spiritual consciousness were at a limit that was on the verge of collapse, but they never collapsed just a little bit. Before the preparation, Jason did not expect that this would happen, but when he started to prepare it, he realized how difficult it was to prepare the 3 methods at the same time. In fact, he now has a way to get out of the crisis, that is, to stop the preparation immediately. Although the preparation of the Spirit Master potion will fail, the person will be fine. But Jason didn't. He felt a slight tremor in his soul, and his mental power the overdraft reached the limit. My mind ached, the capillaries on the body surface continued to burst, and blood oozed out. Every part of the body reached its limit and may completely collapse at any time. However, what showed in Jason's eyes was extremely firm. Yes, he can end his reaction and escape from the crisis, but he is unwilling to give up preparation in exchange for the safety of his own life. As a Lingsu master, then he still deserves to be called a true Lingsu master. Pharmacist? The road of a spiritual medicine master is not smooth sailing, it is full of thorns and obstacles. The road of a strong man is inherently full of crises. Without this awareness, if he shrinks back and becomes timid when encountering danger, then he will never be able to become a true strong man. Whoever prepares a real elixir will have great terror between life and death. Jason wants to get his own way from this horror, even if he pays his life for it. Without this fighting spirit, without this spirit of giving up everything for it, no one will succeed. Jason's heart was full of faith, the faith to keep moving forward on the path of a spiritual medicine master, to break through all obstacles, and to become a 10th-level medicine god. At this moment, although his body and spirit were almost on the verge of collapse, Jason's 9th-level saint-level soul seemed to have been sublimated. In Jason's perception, everything around him has lost its feeling, and all 6 senses and spiritual perceptions have disappeared from his mind. However, his sublimated soul seemed to be in an extremely pure and white space, surrounded by a soft milky feeling, which made him feel extremely comfortable. Everything was changing like smoke, but the preparation in Jason's hands never stopped. Finally, with the addition of the last ingredient, the originally extremely turbid elixir that reacted violently gradually calmed down, and a large number of bubbles emerged from the preparation bottle in front of it. 2 sapphire blue fruits were taken out by Jason's bloody hands, and then put into the mixing bottle. They were the violent spiritual fruits that Jason had obtained from the treasure troves of several major families. Boom! Violent reactions occurred in the 2 preparation bottles in the quiet laboratory, blue bubbles continued to rise in the preparation bottles, and a medicinal fragrance was so strong that it was difficult to get rid of. Permeating it, the prototype of the spiritual potion has gradually been prepared and formed. Countless spiritual consciousnesses, like the long hair flying in the wind, and like the supple sea threads in the deep sea, instantly converged on the 2 bottles of spiritual potion in front of Jason. Middle. The spiritual elements in the almost formed Spirit Master potion are once again slowly blended together at a speed that is almost imperceptible to spiritual consciousness. As the reaction progressed, an inexplicable aura gradually emitted from the preparation bottle in front of Jason. Suddenly, a blue light flashed on the Spirit Master potion in front of Jason. Jason first tried to use the Lingzuan potion prepared by combining two different preparation methods, was finally successfully prepared. In front of the laboratory, Jason's body was twitching slightly, with traces of blood floating on the surface of his body. There was severe pain in his mind, and his mental power was extremely withered. The previous high-intensity preparation had brought Jason's body and spirit almost to the brink of collapse. Now, the preparation was finally successful. Just when Jason's tense spirit was about to let go, an inexplicable feeling suddenly burst out of the Spirit Master potion in front of him and emerged in Jason's soul perception. Unyielding, determined, fighting, never giving up, tenacious, all kinds of powerful emotions, like the spirit of the wolf smoke, surged out from the Lingzuan potion and filled the entire laboratory. The entire laboratory was suddenly filled with this kind of energy. Work hard and have a tenacious spirit. It was as if tens of millions of determined people were shouting in unison in this small laboratory. That indomitable spirit was like invisible waves, constantly impacting Jason's mind. This is the spiritual potion that possesses spirit. Jason's eyes suddenly widened, with a shocked expression on his face. Pfft! A mouthful of blood spurted out from Jason's mouth. His face flushed and turned pale. He fell straight back. Bang! Jason's whole body, he fell to the ground with a crash, and his injured body came into close contact with the cold floor of the laboratory. Previously, 3 preparation methods were used to prepare the Spirit Master potion, which caused Jason's mind and body to reach the limit of collapse. He suffered a lot of trauma everywhere. He has been relying on his tenacious will, and the 9th level, the peak saint level soul, was supporting him. It would be fine if he rested slowly after the preparation and made a smooth transition. However, the previous mental impact and incomparable shock made Jason unable to support it anymore, and he passed out. He worked hard and worked hard. It can be said that Jason put a lot of effort into preparing the spiritual potion, and the energy he spent was even greater than when he was preparing the 7th level Imperial spiritual potion, the regeneration potion and the enlightenment potion. Just when Jason fell into a coma and lay there when he was on the floor, the golden spirit bead that Jason had absorbed in the divine medicine hall and was floating slowly in his mind suddenly sped up. Countless golden thread-like powers quickly emanated from the golden spirit bead. It came out and integrated into Jason's 4th level advanced spiritual power, restoring Jason's severely injured spiritual consciousness. And the trace of black weird power in Jason's body seemed to have been stimulated by something, and it started to operate in Jason's body. Repairs the broken and damaged body caused by overload preparation. When he was in the Divine Medicine Hall, Jason was promoted from a 4th level low-level heavenly spiritual master to a 4th level high-level heavenly spiritual master because he absorbed the strength of this golden spirit bead. But after all, these were not practiced by Jason himself, so for this 4th level Jason is not fully proficient in advanced spiritual power and spiritual consciousness. After preparing the previous Spirit Master potion, Jason has completely mastered the 4th level advanced spiritual power and spiritual consciousness, and has achieved mastery, like a fish in water. But at this moment, nourished by the large amount of golden threads emitted by the golden spirit beads, Jason's whole person seemed to have turned into a golden arhat, with golden luster showing on the surface of his skin. At the same time, the spiritual power and energy in his body where spiritual consciousness is slowly improving again. At the same time, Jason's body strength was slowly increasing under the reinforcement of this golden thread. After an unknown amount of time, Jason's eyes suddenly opened while he was lying on the ground, and there was a flash of light in his eyes. Confuse. What am I? Lying on the ground, he looked at the ceiling of the laboratory and quickly recalled the scene of preparing the Spirit Master potion in his mind. After understanding his situation, Jason exerted a little force and jumped up. He wanted to see the Lingzuan Yaojiao he had prepared. But when he stood up, he was suddenly stunned. That's not right, haven't my spiritual consciousness and body been damaged? There was confusion on his face. Before he fell into coma, Jason clearly remembered that his body and spiritual consciousness had been severely traumatized during the preparation process. But now, Jason felt extremely comfortable and full of strength. He subconsciously sensed his own body. Didn't I just advance to the 4th level of Senior Heavenly Spiritual Master in the Divine Medicine Palace? How come I have reached the peak level of 4th level now? And my body, I remember that I should be the 7th level of Senior Emperor Spiritual Master. The strength, but now, it seems to be the peak of the 7th level, right? This perception immediately shocked Jason. He had just been promoted to the 4th level of Senior Heavenly Spiritual Master, but he didn't know what the spiritual power and spiritual consciousness in his body were. Time has actually increased again, reaching the peak of the 4th level. The 4th level spiritual power in the body has reached saturation. Although it has not yet broken through the 5th level sect spiritual master, it is only just one step away from the 5th level sect spiritual master. Just a tiny bit worse. And his body has suddenly reached the level of a 7th level peak imperial spiritual master from the original level of a 7th level senior emperor spiritual master. The injuries originally caused by the preparation of the spiritual master potion have also been healed at this moment. Jason was completely recovered, which surprised Jason. He didn't understand what happened when he was in a coma. After he couldn't figure it out, he didn't delve into it more. Instead, he focused on the bottle of elixir in front of him. The blue spirit potion is like a bright gem, exuding a charming and magnificent light, giving people a mysterious feeling. Jason had prepared the 6th grade high-grade spirit potion before, but this time, Jason felt a little different. This difference is not reflected in the fusion of medicinal properties. The last time Jason prepared the Spirit Master Potion in the Todd family mansion, the Spirit Master Potion was in a perfect state. This time it was also perfect. There is no difference at all. But with the bottle of Spirit Master Potion in front of him, when Jason's senses penetrated into the potion, he could feel that a tenacious and unyielding spirit emerged from the potion. A Spirit Master Potion with spirit? Jason had an inexplicable shock on his face. He was not an ordinary elixir master who knew nothing. In his previous life, as a 9th level elixir master, he naturally knew many things that ordinary people did not know. Some powerful elixir masters' potions are quite special. For example, the 7th level Imperial Potion can cause strange phenomena in the world, and the 8th level Imperial Potion will cause a medical calamity at the end of preparation. You must survive the medical calamity to truly prepare it successfully. As for the 9th level Holy Potion, it is even more earth-shattering and difficult to prepare. But Jason has never heard of any kind of spiritual potion containing spirit. This strange phenomenon is completely beyond him. Understanding. I don't know what's special about this spiritual potion that contains wool when I take it. Jason murmured to himself, his heart was filled with curiosity. He couldn't wait to find someone to experiment with it, so he stepped forward and started to decompose the Spirit Master Potion in front of him. The original Spirit Master Potion, prepared with half a violent spirit fruit, was diluted into 5 bottles. Now the original potion, which cost 2 violent spirit fruits, should be able to be diluted into at least 20 bottles of Spirit Master Potion. But when Jason diluted it to 10 bottles, he discovered that if he diluted it further, the diluted Spirit Master Potion might not be fully effective. Jason frowned. This discovery made him extremely depressed. He was originally able to prepare 20 bottles of the elixir. In the end, he only prepared 10 bottles. If this matter were put to any elixir master, he would probably be equally depressed. However, Jason's heart was more curious. After putting all 10 bottles of Spirit Master Potion into the space ring, Jason hurriedly walked outside the laboratory. He couldn't wait to find someone to experiment. After Jason under the instructions, several members of the Kang's family quickly gathered people, and Jason walked towards the family hall. In the past, it was always extremely calm, and there was no anxiety at all. Jason, when he was waiting in the hall this time, felt that the time was so long. Jason always didn't care in the past because there was nothing that could excite him, but when faced with the special elixir, he is an elixir master, but he is as excited as any other elixir master. Master Jace, I heard that you are looking for me? At this moment, Gandalf came in from outside, with a puzzled look on his face. Jason was excited when he heard the human voice, but when he saw it was Gandalf, his mood immediately dropped. Gandalf was one of the people he wanted to give the spirit potion to, but he couldn't take it now. Gandalf, who is the 5th level intermediate master of elixirs, took the spiritual master potion and advanced to 1 level. He could only be promoted to the 5th level senior master of elixirs. It was only a 1st level breakthrough that cost such a precious spiritual master potion. This doesn't add up. After all, there is only one effective chance for Lingzuan potion. This is definitely a chance to advance. It is better to take it when you are advancing from the 5th level to the 6th level, so that you can make full use of it. Ingrand Jason couldn't wait to know the efficacy of the strange spirit potion he had prepared, but he couldn't joke about Gandalf's future. Gandalf, who was in the family before and was about to go to the Alchemist Association, heard that Jason was looking for him. He didn't know what Jason had to tell him, so he hurried over. But when he walked into the hall, Jason's originally gentle face suddenly darkened, which made Gandalf feel extremely uneasy. Did I do something bad recently that made Master Jace angry? Gandalf was suddenly startled. Thinking that he had done something wrong, he immediately stood there obediently like a primary school student. On the side of the hall, heads were lowered, waiting for Jason's criticism. Gandalf, what's wrong with you? Are you feeling unwell? Seeing Gandalf's appearance, Jason couldn't help but wonder. In the past, he might have been able to guess something based on Gandalf's expression. But at this moment, he naturally didn't want to spend so much time guessing. Well, Master Jace, have I not done well enough recently? I've made you angry. Hearing Jason's question, Gandalf hurriedly shook his body, raised his head, and spoke out, his eyes full of beauty. But it is a firm expression that accepts criticism and resolutely corrects it. What's not good enough? No, something happened to the Alchemist Association. Jason was also stunned by Gandalf. At present, the Alchemist Association is developing smoothly. We will work hard to get more alchemists from the territory of chaos to join as soon as possible, Gandalf shouted as if he was taking an oath. Master Jess, Tyson is here. Do you have any instructions at this moment? Patriarch Tyson walked in from outside. After hearing Gandalf's sworn shout before and the scene in the hall now, Tyson's face was full of doubts. Haha, it's okay, you just wait, there are still people who haven't arrived yet at this moment. Jason naturally understood why Gandalf's expression was like this before, and he couldn't help laughing, which made Gandalf laugh. The two of them were confused, but they didn't dare to ask why. After such a fuss, Jason's sense of urgency also subsided. After going through so many things and dying once, I am still so impatient. I still haven't cultivated my mind and character enough. Jason couldn't help but shook his head and sighed. At the same time, Jason also had another idea in his mind. He ordered Tyson, you should immediately summon the main members of the Curie family and the Baihara family. At the beginning, Jason just wanted to find a few people who he wanted to give the spirit medicine to. But now, Jason wanted to take this opportunity to brainwash friends of the Curie family and Baihara family. Tyson immediately agreed and went out. The notification went. Master Jess, the third and fourth people who came in were Dias, the eldest elder of the Khan's family, and Naders, the second young master of the Khan's family, who came from the city of Santa Fe. After the Khansi family took control of the city of Chaos, in order to enhance the family's power in the city of Chaos, the great elder Dias, who was a 6th-level low-level spiritual master, was also called over from Santa Fe City. As the strongest member of the Kang's family, Dias, although his strength is only that of a 6th-level low-level spiritual master, is not worth mentioning in the eyes of the Bayuan family and the Curie family, but it represents that Jason's attitude can also make Kong the power of the sea family in the City of Chaos has increased. And Belgium, who was only a 5th-level intermediate sect spiritual master at the beginning, has been promoted to a 5th-level senior sect spiritual master in the past few months. As the first member of the Kang's family who came to the territory of Chaos, Jason also called him come over. As for Naders, the second young master of the Kang's family, he is a 4th-level low-level spiritual master, but he stayed in Santa Fe City to take charge of the overall situation. However, even if Naders was here at this moment, Jason would not. The Spirit Master potion was given to him by Nades, a 4th-level low-level heavenly spirit master. Taking such an efficient spiritual potion as the Spirit Master potion was simply a waste. As time passed bit by bit, people who had received news from Jason also came over one after another. For a time, Patriarch Reagan, the second elder Otto, and the other 4 elders of the Bayuan family came to the hall. Maria, the 6th elder known, and other elders of the Curie family also came to the hall. Aki Mead is naturally one of them. After these people came to the hall, everyone who didn't know why Jason asked them to come over didn't speak and stood quietly aside. Seeing that everyone was here, Renaud just walked in from outside the hall. In the past 2 days, Renaud has been practicing silently in seclusion, consolidating his status as a 7th-level senior imperial spiritual master, while Jason is preparing to prepare some spiritual potions, and both of them are busy with their own affairs. So after receiving the news from Jason, Renaud came out of seclusion and rushed over. Jason walked forward with a smile on his face and welcomed his father in. Nowadays, the territory of Chaos is almost completely controlled by the Kongsi family. The relationship between Jason and Renaud is no longer as important as before. Everyone can also see that the relationship between the two does not seem to be like that between an ordinary young master and a guard. Relationship, but everyone who was quite smart pretended not to know, and no one asked stupidly. After everyone arrived, Jason and Renaud sat at the front of the hall and spoke to the people below. Okay, now that everyone is here, I won't talk nonsense. I'm calling everyone here this time because I have something to tell you. While speaking, Jason waved his right hand, and 5 bottles of Spirit Master potion instantly appeared on the table in front of him. Jason waved his hand and saw that 5 bottles of the same spirit potion were placed on the table. At the table, Reagan and others were stunned, and at the same time an idea flashed in his mind. Isn't it Master Jace who has prepared some magic potion and wants to give it to us? Reagan and others were all speculating, but as soon as this idea came up, they were rejected. Since Jason brought it out after gathering everyone, the level and efficacy of the elixir must not be bad. Such elixirs are usually very expensive on the mainland. How could they be given to us so easily? I'm afraid they should have let Maria and the others be placed in the Elixir Association's headquarters. They suddenly felt smug in their hearts. Unlike Reagan and others, the first thing that the elixir masters like Maria and Gandalf paid attention to was not the reason why Jason took out the elixir, but the level and efficacy of the elixir. In their perception, the 5 bottles of sapphire blue elixirs in front of Jason gave people an extremely powerful feeling. Even Maria, the strongest 6th-level low-level elixir master present, looked at it. The level of these 5 bottles of spiritual potion is unknown, and besides this feeling, there is something vaguely inside that they cannot understand. They all looked at Jason with surprise on their faces, while their hearts were pounding. Everyone, these 5 bottles of spiritual potion are the 6th grade high-grade spiritual potion that I prepared, Jason said indifferently. 6th level high-grade? Spirit Master potion. Everyone was slightly shocked, but there was no change on their faces. Jason had been in the City of Chaos for such a long time, and even the 7th Order Imperial potion had been prepared twice. This 6th level Spirit Master potion can no longer shock everyone at this level alone. The effect of this Spiritual Master potion is quite simple. It can make any spiritual master below the 6th level Senior Spiritual Master level instantly increase their level by 1 level after taking it, and the success rate is 100% without any side effects. Jason said again. He spoke. Jason's face was full of calm. For him, the 6th grade high-grade Spirit Master potion was considered a good thing, but it could no longer impress him. However, compared with Jason's calmness, the crowd below heard a burst of huazong. What can make any spiritual master below the rank of 6th order or 6th order senior Zun Wu master instantly increase his level by 1 level after taking it? This everyone's faces were full of surprise, and their mouths were shocked. Everyone present was originally a famous family in the territory of chaos, which could increase the speed of people's cultivation or increase their probability of advancement. They have also heard of spiritual potions, and have even seen some, but this is the first time they have heard of something as powerful as the Spirit Master potion, which can instantly increase the level of a spiritual master by 100% without any restrictions. Suddenly, the whole hall seemed to explode. Fortunately, in front of Jason, although they were extremely shocked, they could still remain calm under the effort of restraint, but the shock in their hearts was still reflected on their faces. Fully expressed. It's really no wonder that they were there. The effect of the Spirit Master potion was too powerful and too heaven-defying. Jason's madness during the auction at the Orlando Kingdom's Oliver auction, as well as the crazy performance of the masters from the Northwest countries at the Masters Fair of the Spiritual Medicine Master Conference, can be seen from the sensation of the Spirit Master potion. At the same time, the previously unanswered question popped up again. What was Master Jace doing with the Spirit Master potion? Under everyone's scorching gazes, Jason said, "The reason why I took out these 5 bottles of Spirit Master potion this time is for one purpose." Everyone present held their breath for a moment, looked at Jason, and the whole hall was silent for a moment. Even the sound of a needle falling to the ground was clearly audible. "I will distribute these 5 bottles of Spirit Master potion to 5 of everyone present today." As soon as Jason said these words, it was like a bomb was dropped in the hall, causing the atmosphere in the entire hall to explode instantly. The protagonist needs to arrange the affairs of the territory of chaos. Well, after this period, a new journey begins. This distribute these 5 bottles of 6th grade high-grade spirit medicine to the 5 people present. Did I hear you correctly earlier? That's what Master Jace probably said. Oh my god, this is a heaven-defying spiritual potion that can instantly advance any spiritual master below the 6th level senior spiritual master level to the 1st level. Master Jace actually wants to give it to us for free. Everyone in the crowd had expressions on their faces. Full of horror, he stared blankly at the calm-faced Jason at the front of the hall, with his mouth wide open and his heart pounding. Everyone in Donhu was imagining how wonderful it would be if they got the Spirit Master potion. However, when they saw the only 5 bottles of Wu potion on the table, everyone's hearts were like a fire extinguished by ice water. They instantly cooled down and were replaced by extremely uneasy and nervous. There are only 5 bottles of Spirit Master potion. Master Jace said that he would give it to the 5 people present, but there were dozens of people standing in the entire hall. Which 5 bottles of Spirit Master potion Master Jace will give to these 5 bottles? This is a serious issue that they have to face. Everyone is secretly thinking about whether they have a chance. This is a 6th level high-grade spiritual elixir. Not every cat or dog has a chance to get a spiritual elixir like this. Master Jace must have given it to someone who was relatively strong and in desperate need. Of course, the most important thing is one thing: he still has a close relationship with Master Jace. For a time, the elders such as Maria and Noah from the Curie family, as well as Otto from the Bayuan family and other 4 elders who were 6th level intermediate spiritual masters, felt very uneasy in their hearts. They are all 6th level spiritual masters, but they are really jealous of this spiritual master potion. As long as they get this spiritual master potion, they will all be promoted from 6th level intermediate spiritual masters to 6th level advanced spiritual masters. If they get any adventures in the future, they might be able to catch a glimpse of the realm of a 7th level imperial spiritual master in this life. This is too tempting for them. Not to mention anything else, just in terms of lifespan, if the average spiritual master does not have any serious hidden injuries in old age, he can generally live to be over 100 years old, but the longest he can only live to be 150 years old. Once you advance to the 7th level of the Imperial Spiritual Master, your lifespan can be increased to 200 years. For a strong person, this is undoubtedly a heaven-defying temptation. The calmest one among the people present was probably Reagan, who was a 7th-level low-level Imperial Spiritual Master. The Spirit Master potion had no effect on him at all, but even so, Reagan was still extremely shocked by Jason's courage and disbelief. This is not an ordinary spiritual potion with a low level, nor is it some high-level spiritual potion that may not be that effective. Like this spiritual potion, even if it is obtained by the 4 major empires in the center of the continent, they can definitely be sold at today's price and exchanged for a large number of rare items. However, Master Jace took it out casually, as if it was something insignificant given to everyone, as if he didn't care at all. Such domineering attitude completely impressed Reagan. If you were to ask who among all the people present was the most excited and nervous, it would be the head of the Curie family, who is the master of low-level elixirs in Leosi. She is over 50 years old, and her heart is excited. Almost jumped out of my throat. There are 2 kinds of elixir masters in this world. One is that the spiritual master talent is higher than the elixir talent, and the spiritual master level is much higher than the elixir level. For example, the 6th elder of the Curie family, Nuan, is a 6th level as an intermediate spiritual master. He is only a 5th level intermediate elixir master. Roger, the deputy leader of the Doomsday Dusk Adventure Group, is also a 5th level senior spiritual master. He is a 4th level low-level elixir master. Division. Their talents as spiritual medicine masters are not too high, and the spiritual medicine master level cannot catch up with the spiritual master level. There is another kind of elixir master who is on the contrary. Their elixir talent is extremely high, exceeding the talent of a spiritual master, but the elixir master level can only be limited to the level of a spiritual master. For example, Rudolph, the number 1 elixir master in the Kingdom of Orlando, has always been limited to the level of a 5th level senior sect spiritual master. After getting the elixir potion from Jason, he was promoted to the 6th level low-level elixir master. Spiritual master, after research and study, the spiritual medicine master level will soon catch up and become a 6th level low-level spiritual medicine master. And Mary is this second type. Although she is only a 6th level low-level elixir master now, in fact, in terms of elixir science talent, she is better than the original Pierre clan leader. But unfortunately, her spiritual master talent is better than that of the original spiritual master. Patriarch Pierre, who is a 7th level low-level imperial spiritual master, is too far behind. The spiritual master level is now only a low-level 6th level, so the level of spiritual medicine master has been unable to be improved. For this reason, she had been extremely depressed. She had been practicing hard for a while, but she had not achieved much results. However, the Spirit Master potion that Jason took out at this moment made her heart, which had been a little dull, suddenly become active. Master Jace, there must be me among these 5 people. Maria stared at the spiritual potion on the stage, shouting silently in her heart, feeling extremely nervous and apprehensive. Okay, now that everyone knows the purpose of this Spirit Master potion, I won't say any more nonsense. Now, when your name is called, please come up and take away a bottle of Spirit Master potion. In everyone's heart, when he was extremely uneasy, excited, and nervous, Jason at the front of the hall felt the expressions and emotions of everyone present and spoke again. In an instant, everyone slightly restrained their fiery gazes, pretending to be solemn and dignified, expecting their own names to come out of Jason's mouth. Jason focused his attention on Tyson at the front. Yes, Master Jace. Tyson hurriedly took a step forward, his eyes bright and his expression extremely serious. Come and take a bottle, Jason said calmly. A trace of excitement flashed in Tyson's eyes. He hurriedly took 2 steps forward and took a bottle of Spirit Master potion from the table in front of Jason. Then he knelt down on one knee and shouted loudly, "Thank you, Master Jace." Tyson vows to follow his master and go through fire and water for his master without any hesitation. At this moment, Tyson's heart was full of excitement, but his excitement was not because he had obtained the Spirit Master potion, and his strength could rise from the 5th level to the advanced sect. The spiritual master was promoted to the 6th level of low-level spiritual master because Jason was the first to call him. This was Jason's affirmation to him, and to him, this was more important than anything else. Everyone looked at Tyson with fiery and envious eyes, but they were only envious, but there was no injustice in their hearts. Whether it is in terms of strength or his status as the patriarch of the Kang's family, it is reasonable for Tyson to win one of the 5 bottles. Gandalf. Jason spoke again after Tyson stood up and stepped aside. Gandalf, who had been standing next to Tyson before, hurriedly took a step forward, his slightly trembling body showing his inner excitement at this moment. "You can also take 1 bottle." "Yes, Master Jace." Gandalf took 2 steps forward, his face trying to hold back his calmness. However, his heavy breathing clearly showed his nervousness and excitement. He carefully picked up the words on the table. He took one of the remaining 4 bottles and held it carefully with both hands. The cautious feeling was like holding a supreme treasure. Stirred by Gandalf's move, everyone present breathed quickly, but Gandalf they had already prepared for the acquisition of Daofu. Although Gandalf is now a 5th-level intermediate spiritual master, taking the spiritual master potion is not as cost-effective as that of a 6th-level spiritual master. But Gandalf's 5th-level intermediate spiritual elixir, the status of a master, is something that no one else can have. As long as he has this spiritual potion, Gandalf may be able to become a 5th-level advanced elixir master in a short time. What's more important is the relationship between Gandalf and Jason. Among all the people present, in terms of relationship with Jason, Patriarch Tyson and Master Gandalf are the closest to Jason. Looking at the remaining 3 bottles of Spirit Master potion on the table, Maria and others showed great desire. They knew that the distribution of the remaining 3 bottles of Spirit Master potion was their hope today. Pairs of hungry eyes waiting for food were all fixed on Jason's face for an instant, not daring to be distracted at all. "Dias, please take down the 3rd bottle of Spirit Master potion right here." When Jason reported the 3rd name. "Damn, this Dias is a 6th-level low-level spiritual master." Upon hearing this name, everyone was stunned for a moment, and then they couldn't help but wailed in their hearts. Although Dias is the elder of the Kangxi family, he is only a low-level 6th-level spiritual master. He is also the oldest among the people and has little potential. Even after taking the spiritual master potion, he can only break through to the 6th level. Just an intermediate spiritual master. You know, there are at least 10 strong men present who have broken through to the 6th level intermediate spiritual master realm, and they have all stayed at the 6th level intermediate level for quite some time, but this 3rd bottle was taken by Diameter C took it, which made them feel extremely jealous of Dias' good luck. "Oh, it would be great if I were also a member of the Kang's family. I'm afraid I must have a bottle." The spiritual masters of the Curie family and the Bayuan family couldn't help but sigh in their hearts. Under everyone's jealous eyes, Dias tremblingly took away the 3rd bottle of Spirit Master potion. Compared to Tyson and Gandalf, Dias was much more excited. Although he had thought that he might be there before Jason called his name, it was obvious that even he did not expect that he was actually under Jason's consideration. Seeing the only 2 bottles of Spirit Master potion left on the stage, everyone below was a little anxious, especially the elders of the Bayuan family. Of the 2 remaining bottles, it is estimated that Master Maria should have one. After all, Master Maria is not only a 6th-level low-level spiritual master, but also a low-level 6th-level elixir master. And the last bottle has to be chosen among their many elders, but many elders of the Curie family are also elixir masters. In terms of importance, these elders of the Bayuan family are simply incomparable. This makes them they couldn't help but feel a little discouraged, but they didn't want to give up hope. They looked at Jason dryly, like a wronged child, looking extremely pitiful. Jason's eyes flickered across the crowd, and then fell on a figure in the Khan's family, and said, "Belgium, this fourth bottle is yours." "What, Belgium? This who is Belgium?" "Yes, where did this master from Belgium come from?" Everyone was stunned. The name Belgium was too unfamiliar. They just felt it was familiar, but they couldn't remember what it was for the moment. Whoever had it looked like he had doubts on his face. After then, "Master Jesse, are you talking about me? Did he report the wrong name?" Among the crowd, Belgium, as the person involved, was also completely stunned. He never thought that he would also be in Jason's room. Among the choices, although he had only been promoted to the 5th level of senior sect spiritual master not long ago, compared with everyone present, he should not have even the slightest chance. "What? Belgium, don't you want this spirit master potion?" Seeing Belgium completely standing there with no reaction at all, Jason frowned and couldn't help but speak out. Belgium trembled all over. He finally heard clearly that Master Jesse was talking about him. With a panic on his face, he hurriedly stepped forward, and then took the spirit master medicine from in front of Jason. After taking away the thorn, he suddenly retreated back into the crowd. Until he retreated into the crowd, Belgium's mind was still buzzing and going blank. At this moment, he didn't even pay attention to his abrupt and embarrassed appearance. He was still feeling unbelievable that Jason would actually call his name. In terms of strength, he is only a 5th level senior spiritual master. Even if he takes the spiritual master potion, he can only be promoted to a low-level 6th level spiritual master. He is incomparable to the seniors present. What's more important is that he is just a guard of the Kongsi family. In terms of status, he is far different from the elders present. Seeing Belgium in such embarrassment, under normal circumstances, everyone would have laughed coldly, but at this moment, no one present who thought Belgium was smiling had the slightest smile in their hearts. All they had in their hearts was jealousy. Yes, jealousy. This Belgian is just a guard of the Kongsi family. He must be too lucky. The 5th level senior sect spiritual master takes the spiritual master potion. Although it cannot be said to be a waste, it cannot be compared with people like myself. In comparison, oh my God, the people of the Kang's family are so happy. Everyone couldn't help but lament in their hearts. Seeing that there was only the last bottle of spirit master potion on the stand, they felt that hope also slowly fell to the bottom. In an instant, the faces of all the elders in the hall showed the expressions of dead parents, and their eyes looking at Belgium were filled with strong jealousy. "There is even a guard, but I don't have one. Why am I not from the Kang's family? Why didn't I follow Master Jace from the beginning?" Everyone was deeply blaming themselves. Leah was staring at the last bottle of spirit master potion. "This spirit master potion must be mine. Apart from me, there should be no one in this hall who is more suitable for this spirit master potion," Maria shouted silently in her heart. As for this last regret, Jason's eyes wandered among the crowd. Everyone's hearts jumped into their throats. As soon as Jason's eyes fell on someone, that person straightened his body, like a good boy in class who wanted the teacher to see that he was paying attention. Although these elders do not think they have hope, deep down in their hearts they still do not want to give up the last glimmer of possibility. Finally, Jason's eyes fell on the front of the crowd of Curie family. Maria's nerves suddenly became tense, and even her breathing stopped. She swore that she had never been so nervous as she was at this moment. That kind of uneasiness made her, a high-ranking 6th level elixir master who had passed the 50-100-year mark this year, feel overwhelmed. "Archimedes, this 5th bottle of elixir is for you." As soon as Jason finished speaking, there was a heavy sigh in the entire hall. It was an emotion of extreme loss. Maria's face turned even more ashen, her eyes were dull and her body was trembling slightly, almost unable to believe her ears. Archimedes, the last bottle of Spirit Master potion was given to Archimedes. Everyone was in disbelief. Archimedes has a great reputation in the City of Chaos, but this reputation is that of a waste. Although in recent months, people in the Curie family have also discovered that Archimedes seems to have changed. He was a 3rd-level low-level spiritual master at the age of 21. In just a few months, he was promoted to the level of a 4th level low-level heavenly spiritual master. The speed was unbelievable. But no matter what, this Archimedes is only a 4th level low-level heavenly spiritual master now. He may have good achievements in the future, but compared with everyone present now, he is still far behind. Amid everyone's disbelieving expressions, Archimedes stepped forward steadily and took the Spirit Master potion from Jason. His face was neither ecstatic nor extremely excited, but just extremely solemn. Benefactor, Archimedes is still weak now, but Archimedes swears that he will become a great elixir like you in the future. When the time comes, Archimedes will come to assist you again. The whole process. Archimedes didn't say a word, but silently returned to the crowd, but in his heart, he secretly swore. Jason looked at Archimedes' calm expression and couldn't help but nod. In his previous life, Archimedes only solved the problem of meridians in an adventure when he was in his 30s. In such a backward situation, this Archimedes finally reached the level of 9th level elixir master. In this life, I solved the problem of his meridians in advance, and Archimedes' talent showed up very quickly. In 3 months, after solving the problem of his meridians, he was promoted from a 3rd level low-level spiritual master to a 4th level low-level spiritual master. Heavenly Spirit Master, at such a speed, is much faster than himself. Jason is looking forward to how far Archimedes will grow in this life. Okay, now that these 5 bottles of Spirit Master potion have been put down, Tyson, Diaz, and Belgium, you 3 can take them now. Jason spoke slowly, and then turned his gaze to Gandalf and Archimedes. As for Gandalf and Archimedes, you 2 slow down a little. Gandalf, you are now the 5th level intermediate spiritual master. You should wait until you are promoted to the 5th level senior spiritual master before taking the spiritual master potion. To break through to you are a 6th level low-level spiritual master. I remember that there are still some 5th level cultivation potions in the Spiritual Medicine Master Association. Recently, you have tried your best to break through to a 5th level high-level spiritual master. Also Archimedes, you are still at a low level now, and the 4th level cultivation potions and extreme potions of the Spiritual Pharmacist Association are not lacking. This Spirit Master potion should be taken when you encounter a bottleneck in your cultivation and cannot break through. Well, as for when to take it, it's up to you. After saying all this, Jason looked at Tyson and others, and he was also looking forward to the spiritual spirit he had prepared. Zune Pharmacy, what is the difference? Take it now? After hearing Jason's instructions, the 3 Tysons, naturally, did not disobey at all. They looked at each other, then uncorked the bottles of the Spirit Master potion and drank it in one gulp. Next. Gudong. 3 swallowing sounds of different sizes sounded in the hall. Everyone in the hall looked at Tyson and others with great envy, and swallowed involuntarily. If it were me who was taking it now, how wonderful it would be! Everyone couldn't help but fantasize in their hearts. A strong medicinal fragrance suddenly filled the hall. At the same time, in this medicinal fragrance, there was an inexplicable strong spiritual will continuously revealed. This is everyone was extremely confused, and at this moment, boom boom, boom. 3 extremely powerful wills and powers suddenly emerged from Tyson, Diaz, and Belgium in the middle of the hall. An indescribable force suddenly descended over the entire hall, forming a wave of huge spiritual storm. Tenacity. Unyielding. Never give up. 3 lines of energy smoke containing powerful spiritual will suddenly rose from the heads of the 3 Tysons, rumbling straight into the sky. In the perception of Jason and others, they were like 3 pillars of clouds, with a powerful momentum. The size is simply astonishing. At the same time, the energy fluctuations on Tyson and others continued to soar. This kind of power, everyone's faces were filled with surprise, and Jason also stood up suddenly. The fluctuations in spiritual power caused by Tyson and others' advancement were similar to what Reno had when he advanced to the 7th level of the Imperial Spiritual Master. A fight. Although 3 people were promoted at the same time, Jason, who had taken Spirit Master potion, had never encountered such a situation. This spiritual storm came and went quickly. In a moment, the entire hall returned to calm. However, the magnificent scene before was deeply engraved in everyone's minds. Everyone immediately focused their attention on the three Tysons in the middle of the hall, even Jason. In the expectant eyes of everyone, the eyes of Tyson and the other three people that were originally closed opened their eyes at this time. The three of them felt the spiritual power in their bodies carefully, and then their faces were all filled with astonishment. That expression was as if he had seen a ghost. It was an expression that contained a mixture of surprise, disbelief, shock and other emotions. Master Jess, Tyson stammered. How about Jason said solemnly. When the rest of the people present saw Tyson's terrified expression, they couldn't help but speculate, did Tyson fail to advance? It's not possible. He was so popular before? Master Jess, I have been promoted to the 6th level intermediate spiritual master, Tyson finally spoke out excitedly. Silence, deathly silence. For a moment, the air in the entire hall seemed to freeze. Everyone stared at Tyson in stunned silence. The atmosphere was extremely weird. What did Tyson say just now? Did I hear you correctly? He said he was promoted to the 6th level intermediate spiritual master? Are you sure he was right? Everyone felt unbelievable. Tyson initially, he is a 5th level senior spiritual master. Now that he has been promoted to an intermediate spiritual master, isn't he promoted to 2 levels at once? But as Master J said before, didn't the Spirit Master potion only allow people to advance to the 1st level? But what's going on? Jason was also shocked, and then he turned his attention to Belgium. Master Jace, I have only been promoted to the 6th level of low-level spiritual master. However, I feel that I am only a little bit away from the intermediate spiritual master. As long as you give me 1 year no, as long as half a year, I believe that I will definitely be able to advance to the 6th level of intermediate. Belgium swallowed. Spit said aloud, fearing that he would only advance to the 1st level, fearing that Jason would be dissatisfied. How did he know that his current state has surprised Jason? When Jason took the Spirit Master potion, he had only been promoted from a 2nd level high-level spiritual master to a 3rd level low-level spiritual master, and he had only just advanced to the 3rd level. A low-level spiritual master is still far away from the 3rd level intermediate spiritual master. But this Belgian just promoted to the 5th level senior spiritual master not long ago. Now he has taken the spiritual master potion and suddenly broke through to the 6th level low-level spiritual master. At the peak, it was only a little short of the intermediate spiritual master, and it completely exceeded the original efficacy of the spiritual master potion. Master Jace, at this moment, Dias on the side also stammered. There was a cry in his tone, and he said, Master Jace, I have been promoted to the 6th level of senior spiritual master. Dias was so happy that he almost cried. From a 6th level low-level spiritual master, he was suddenly promoted to a 6th level high-level spiritual master. When did promotion become so easy? Thinking about it, he has been practicing as a low-level spiritual master of the 6th level for these years, but he has never been able to break through to the intermediate level of the 6th level. Now he has been promoted to 2 levels all at once. This strong contrast makes it difficult for him to accept it for a while. The situation of the 3 Sens made everyone in the audience open their mouths, stare, and their expressions instantly turned to stone. Except for Belgium, who was slightly worse, Tyson and Diaz actually advanced to 2 levels at the same time. This situation is obviously not an accidental phenomenon. In an instant, everyone in the audience focused their attention on Jason, and what was revealed in his eyes was incomparable fanaticism. Earlier, when Jason said that this spiritual master potion could allow any spiritual master below the 6th level of senior spiritual master to advance to the 1st level instantly, it almost made everyone present crazy, but the final result, what promotion to the 1st level? If you really took the Spirit Master potion, if you had just advanced to the 1st level, you would probably be too ashamed to come out. Didn't you see Belgium on the side? Your face would be pressed to the crotch underneath. Why? After drinking, Jace, the Spirit Master potion prepared by the Master has only advanced to the first level. How shameless! Master Jason is probably afraid that we won't be able to bear it, so he deliberately didn't fully explain the effects of the Spirit Master potion. It can make people advance to 2 levels of spirit in one go. Potion, my God, are you showing a miracle? While everyone around him was looking at Jason with extreme admiration, Jason was also surprised in his heart by the effect of the Spirit Master potion. The efficacy of the spiritual spirit potion that he accidentally prepared before has far exceeded Jason's expectations. As for why Belgium only advanced to the first level, Jason, as a spiritual pharmacist, has already faintly touched it. There is a reason. Tyson and Diaz, one has stayed in the realm of the 5th level high-level spiritual master for a long time, and the other has practiced in the realm of the 6th level low-level spiritual master for a long time, which has its own impact. It is possible to move to the next level, so he can be promoted to 2 levels at once. And this Belgium, who had just been promoted to the 5th level of senior sect spiritual master not long ago, may not be stable in his own realm, so he only advanced to the 1st level. And Jason still vaguely felt that the aura exuded by the 3 Tysons seemed a little different from before. In the past, Tyson and others were just the patriarchs of a small family in Santa Fe City, although they were also it is quite a status, but after coming to the City of Chaos, although it became the main clan of the Bayuan family and the Curie family. But when facing the Bayuan family, the Curie family's patriarch Reagan Elder Maria, although on the surface it seemed it's nothing, but deep down, there is always an inferiority complex. Even they themselves may not be aware of this inferiority complex, but Jason, who was a pioneer in the field of technological fluid medicine in his previous life, felt it keenly. But what if these 3 people no longer have that inferiority complex, and what they reveal is a spirit of self-improvement and tenacity? The spirit-possessing potion that Jason accidentally prepared not only improved Tyson's strength, but also changed their spirit, giving them a hint of the aura of a strong man. Is that so? Jason nodded silently in his mind. While Jason was thinking about it, the entire hall also regained its flat nose. Everyone present recovered from the shock. After the brief shock, there was endless depression. It would be great if I had a share of those 5 bottles of Spirit Master potion. Everyone couldn't help but sigh secretly in their hearts. Especially those elders who are intermediate spiritual masters. They are even thinking that if they take the spiritual master potion, will they get a glimpse of the realm of the 7th level imperial spiritual master? Many people glanced at Gandalf and Archimedes with their eyes, wondering if they could exchange the spirit master potions on them. Well, Gandalf is unlikely, but Archimedes may not be hopeless. If Archimedes is willing to exchange, I am willing even if it costs me everything. Okay, at this moment, Jason returned to his seat and spoke again. Everyone in the hall suppressed their thoughts and listened to Jason's speech. I know that many people here will definitely feel disappointed, but in fact, you don't need to be so disappointed, Jason said indifferently. I am a very fair person. Whoever does things seriously will be rewarded. Speaking suddenly, Jason waved his right hand, and immediately, 2 more bottles of sapphire blue Spirit Master potion appeared on the table in front of him. Whoops, seeing the 2 bottles of Spirit Master potion in front of Jason, everyone present was jealous. They looked like bulls in heat, with red eyes and panting. Those 2 bottles of Spirit Master potion. I still have the spiritual potion here. If anyone behaves well in the future, he might also get the spiritual potion given by me. In addition to the spiritual potion, I also have many other spiritual potions here. As for these spiritual potions, I think you all know what it means, right? Well, you all go about your business, Jason said indifferently and then left the hall, leaving only a group of people with mixed emotions. A guard of the Kang's family can get the Spirit Master potion. There is no reason why I can't get it. Isn't he just following Master Jace? Have you been around for a long time? What's so great about it? I don't believe that with my strength, as long as I work for Master, I won't be appreciated by Master Jace, many people thought secretly, full of energy. Maria Elder, I went to the Spiritual Medicine Association to prepare spiritual potion. Noah, the sixth elder of the Curie family, took the lead in speaking to Maria and left the hall in a hurry. Chief Reagan, I heard that the leader of Loki City, the territory of chaos, the city lord, seems to disagree with Master Jace establishing the Spiritual Medicine Master Association in their city. Damn it, a little city lord dares to be so arrogant and dare to disobey Master Jace's order. He simply doesn't want to live. Clan leader, please give the order quickly. I have to kill that guy. Otto, the second elder of the Bayuan family, also roared in the hall. Yes, if you dare to disobey Master Jace's order, you are really seeking death. Kill that city lord, kill him. The other elders of the Bayuan family also spoke out angrily. At this moment, they were all filled with energy. In the hall, Chief Reagan and Maria looked at each other. After this incident, I am afraid that the hearts of all the core members of their two families are completely tied to Master Jace. As the saying goes, if you have breasts, you are a mother. Whoever can improve their strength will be the one they listen to. However, if you work hard, Master Jace can give you a bottle of spiritual elixir. How great would it be? At that time, Maria imagined in her mind that she would be promoted to the 6th level of Advanced Elixir Master. That moment. No, I have to go to the Alchemist Association, quickly. I haven't finished many things arranged by Master Jace. Thinking of this, Maria also hurriedly left the hall. A wry smile appeared on Patriarch Reagan's face. Even Maria is like this. Forget it, I'll try my best. But then again, if Master Jace can give Master Lei the royal potion, if I say it myself, I'm afraid that I'm already more than a 7th level low-level Imperial Spiritual Master now. Reagan couldn't help but shook his head. Forget it, why are you thinking so much? It's better to do things down to earth, as long as you follow loyally. Master Jace, get things done for him. Can Master Jace forget himself? Under the stimulation of Jason Spirit Master's potion, the Kongsi family, Bayuan family, and Curie family all slowly it condensed into an iron bucket. The forces of the Perret family and the Bella family were constantly being purged, and some hidden enemies were defeated one by the Baihara family. The Elixir Doctor Association founded by Jason was also arranged by the Curie family. Many elixir masters were slowly established in more than 300 cities in the territory of chaos, like a spark, starting a prairie fire on this chaotic land. Although Jason did not conquer the territory of chaos with force, but in another way, he slowly penetrated into every corner of the territory of chaos and controlled all the elixir materials in the entire territory of chaos. Time is like running water, disappearing in an instant. In the blink of an eye, it has been more than 2 months since the Kongsi family took control of the entire chaos territory. During these 2 months, the Bayuan family continued to use force to accept the territories of several major families such as Coolidge, and the Curie family worked day and night to prepare a large number of elixirs, and elixir master associations were gradually established throughout the territory of chaos. Almost all families and adventurers in the territory of chaos slowly began to they accepted the rule of the Kang's family, and the elixirs hidden in various places in the territory of chaos also came to the forefront one by one and joined the Elixirs Association. Most of these elixirs were previously hidden in various places. The family serves various families and serves as the trump card for the strength of these families. At the beginning, many families did not dare to let their family's elixirs join the association for fear that it was some conspiracy of the Kang's family. But when we saw families in the same city or other nearby cities arranged for their own elixir masters to exchange materials from the Elixir Master Association for a large amount of elixir potions. After their strength began to increase significantly, these families began to become anxious. In the territory of chaos, if you fall behind, you will be beaten. When others are getting the elixir and their strength is constantly improving, if your family stagnates, there will only be one outcome waiting for your family, and that is to be eliminated. As a result, a large group of elixir masters have joined the association. There are even some families in small cities, after seeing that the Elixir Master Associations have been established in other large and medium-sized cities, but their own cities are far away. They even sent people to the City of Chaos and asked the Kang's family to establish an Elixir Medicine Association in their city. All the expenses would be borne by the families themselves. This kind of thing went beyond Jason's expectations, but it also showed the success of the Elixir Medicine Association system. It gradually integrated into the entire Chaos territory and became an indispensable part. Some are developing in an orderly manner. In just over 2 months, there are more than 300 cities in the entire Chaos territory, and 200 of them have already established the Spiritual Medicine Master Association, which is spreading at the rate of several cities every day. It is estimated that in less than half a year, in addition to the establishment of Elixir Medicine Associations in more than 300 cities in the entire Chaos territory, there will also be small Elixir Medicine Association offices in places such as some adventurer towns. And the Elixir Medicine Association offices will exist in some adventurer towns. The existence of the Pharmacist Association and the system within it have also gradually changed the atmosphere of elixirs in the territory of Chaos. A large number of low-level elixirs have begun to have a place for learning and communication, and some talents with talents that were previously buried, they are also constantly emerging. Under the changes of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association established by Jason, the territory of Chaos could only be regarded as a backward source of raw materials, but now, it has gradually turned into a collection of raw materials, spiritual medicines, etc. A unified region. I believe that in the near future, the territory of Chaos will bloom its light across the entire continent. In the early morning, the misty sunshine shines on the earth, bringing vigorous vitality to all living things. The City of Chaos Kong, see Family Mansion. In a small courtyard at the deepest part of the mansion, a shirtless young man was sitting cross-legged in the courtyard with his eyes closed. On his legs was a black heavy sword. It is now the end of January, the coldest day of the year. The pond in the yard is even covered with several inches of ice. The cold wind is howling and biting. But this young man cannot feel the slightest chill. His red chest was filled with heat and covered with beads of sweat. Waves of powerful spiritual power surged up from the young man's body. A large amount of spiritual power in the air continued to crowd in, giving people an extremely powerful feeling. It was hard to believe that such a powerful energy wave was actually the person who exudes from such a young man is none other than Jason, who is practicing. As early as when he prepared the Spirit Master potion more than 2 months ago, Jason's strength had already reached the peak of the 4th level. Tian Lai, what he does every day is to continuously condense the 4th level peak spiritual power in his body, and then hit the realm of the 5th level sect spiritual master. At this moment, a large number of spiritual elements were transformed into spiritual power under the refining of the spiritual god art, which continuously penetrated into Jason's body and tempered Jason's body. At the same time, the spiritual power in Jason's body was becoming more and more concentrated, and a large number of 4 elements were concentrated. The spiritual power at the peak of the level is like liquid, constantly impacting the entrance of the meridians of the 5th level, like ocean waves, tirelessly. With each flush, the 4th level peak spiritual power added to the impact in Jason's body became stronger. Gradually, the spiritual power in all the meridians in Jason's body was added to this rush. A large number of 4th level, the peak spiritual power is like a crazy Yasi, constantly impacting the 5th level. Once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, 20 times. However, what makes Jason extremely depressed is that no matter how frantically he mobilizes the spiritual power in his body, his 5th level meridians have always been like an iron wall, without wavering at all. After a long while, Jason opened his eyes. His whole body was sweating profusely from the constant exertion. There was a trace of depression and a bitter smile in his eyes. He failed again. In the past 2 months, Jason has been shocked several times of 5th level meridians. In his feeling, with his current 4th level peak strength, it should be very likely to succeed, but every time, it ended in failure. Jason knew that he had encountered a bottleneck. In the process of cultivation, ordinary spiritual masters will not have smooth sailing. Some spiritual masters have clearly reached the peak of this level, but they are still unable to break through to the next level. Sometimes one card can last a lifetime. Jason is practicing in the process. It has been smooth sailing. It was just that when I was promoted from the 3rd level to the 4th level Celestial Spirit Master, there was a slight stagnation. But after I prepared the 4th level Ultimate Potion, I suddenly broke through. But this time, there was no as a 5th level Extreme Potion. He has tried several attacks in the past 2 months, but has never succeeded. What's wrong? Jason, failed again? At this moment, Renaud, who felt that the energy fluctuations in the small courtyard had stopped, came out from the outside. Jason nodded. Don't be discouraged. You are only 19 this year, and you have been promoted to the 4th level of Heavenly Spirit Master. It's only half a year now. It takes half a year to go from the 4th level low-level Tianling Bai to the 4th level high-level peak Tianling Master Realm, which is very rare even in the entire continent. Reno, who was afraid that Jason would lose confidence, comforted Jason. He smiled. If things like encountering bottlenecks could make him lose confidence, he would not have become a 9th level elixir master in his previous life. In terms of time, Jason would only be promoted to a 4th level senior heavenly spiritual master. 3 months to break through from a heavenly spiritual master to a sect spiritual master. Even the most talented person would not dare to make such a guarantee. But in his previous life, he reached the 9th level elixir at the age of 27. Jason, a saint master, has an arrogance in his heart that far exceeds that of ordinary people. Naturally, he cannot treat himself with the requirements of ordinary people. It would be great if there were blood abyss essences now. Jason couldn't help but murmur to himself. For Jason, who practices the spirit god art, some ordinary spiritual potions may not have any effect on him, but the experience of advancing from the 3rd level to the 4th level tells him that extreme potions can still greatly help him break through. It's just that the ultimate potion is not an ordinary spiritual potion. The main materials required for each level are different. Although Mingligian Jason has it, the 5th level extreme potion also requires the use of a material called blood abyss essence, but this material is only produced in the Salem Empire. In fact, in addition to the most orthodox and effective limit potion, there are also several other kinds of spiritual potions that can make people break through from the 4th level senior heavenly spiritual master to the 5th level sect spiritual master. Jason is now in this chaos. You can search for materials by picking up the item. However, the breakthrough rate of these elixirs is not too high, and most of them have some side effects. Although some elixirs have not serious side effects, Jason does not want to take risks in this regard, which will cause trouble for future practice, and besides blood abyss essence, in addition to making the 5th level ultimate potion, it is also extremely effective in improving the physical fitness of the spiritual master. Jason's physical strength has now reached the level of a 7th level peak imperial spiritual master. The original bodybuilding spirit liquid, which used the 2nd level fierce tiger beast king spiritual core as the main medicine, has no effect on Jason's current body. If Jason wants to increase his physical strength faster, he must prepare some more powerful body refining potions. Father, I am going to leave the territory of chaos, go out for some travel, and return to my family. Jason suddenly said. It has been a year since Jason and Reno left the Kingdom of Orlando. When they left, Jason just told Leo where he was going. The territory of chaos is such a crisis-ridden place, and he and his father have not been there this year. The news, I think everyone is quite worried. It's time to go back. Anyway, I happened to pass by the Salem Empire on my way back, so I thought I was traveling. It would be best if I could break through to a 5th level sect spiritual master along the way. If not, I might as well look for the blood abyss essence in the Salem Empire. However, when he talked about returning to his family, Jason couldn't help but think of Claire. He didn't understand why he thought of Claire for no reason. With a smile on his lips, he murmured, "Also I wonder how this little girl is doing now." Go back to the family. After hearing Jason's words, Renaud was stunned. Then, he patted Jason on the shoulder and said, "Yes, it's been almost a year. It's time to go back. Besides, in fact, it is not the best way to practice all the time. Sometimes it will be more beneficial to go out for a walk." Speaking of this, Renaud couldn't help but reveal a bitter smile on his face. "It's a pity that father can't accompany you this time. We have gone back together. Please let Tyson and the others accompany you back. I am going to enter the Jintong Hall to practice in the next 2 days." "There is not enough time. There are only 2." Leno looked extremely emotional. Although he was only a 7th-level senior imperial spiritual master now, what they had to face was the Daos family, one of the 4 major families in the Cairo Empire. Not to mention anything else, just the Augustus family. He is an 8th-level intermediate emperor spiritual master. With Renaud's current strength, although he is very strong in this chaotic territory, it is not enough. Renaud needs to reach at least the 8th-level intermediate emperor spiritual master before the 10-year agreement comes, so that he will not lose too miserably by then. Now there are only 9 years left of the 10-year agreement. Although it sounds like it only takes 2 years to advance from the 7th-level senior emperor spiritual master to the 8th-level intermediate emperor spiritual master, the difficulty is no less than that of Renaud's promotion from the 1st level. It is difficult for a 1st-level spiritual disciple to advance to the 7th-level senior emperor spiritual master. There are 7th-level emperor spiritual masters all over the continent, but there are very few 8th-level emperor spiritual masters. The difficulty is not something that an idle person can overcome, such as in the territory of chaos. For thousands of years, there have been 7th-level imperial spiritual masters, but 8th-level imperial spiritual masters have almost never appeared. And the Northwest countries also have thousands of years of history. The strongest people in the kingdom are all 7th-level emperor spiritual masters, and there has never been an 8th-level emperor spiritual master. 8th-level emperor spiritual masters, in the 4 major empires on the mainland, are all figures who walk sideways. Among them, the difficulty is far beyond what ordinary people can imagine. Now the metal cultivation space in the Jintong Palace, as well as the basic control of the 9 secret techniques by the metal spiritual master, are Renaud's only hope now. With such a strong place, Renaud naturally, I don't want to waste it, and although the territory of chaos is now under the control of Jason and the others, if Jason and Renaud leave for a long time, Reagan, Maria and others of the Kitahara family, Curie family, etc. may not be able to help. What kind of alienation will arise, and if Renaud stays, it will be completely different. The territory of chaos will always be firmly in their hands. Haha, no need, father, I will go back alone this time. Although I am only a 4th-level senior heavenly spiritual master now, an ordinary 6th-level spiritual master may not be my opponent, and I have the lightning wings. Even if he is in danger, he will not let others slaughter him. Regarding his father's adventure, Jason also knew that his father could obtain the inheritance of a spiritual god, and Jason was naturally extremely happy in his heart. Well, but on the road, unless it is absolutely necessary, try to hide your identity as an elixir master. Even if it is exposed, don't show it too conspicuously, Renaud solemnly ordered. Renaud was quite reassured by Jason's composure, but Jason was so young and had such a strong knowledge of elixirs. If he was exposed, it would inevitably attract some criminals, which Renaud had to remind him. Jason only informed a few more important people, such as Tyson, Gandalf, Reagan, and Maria of the news that he was leaving. However, he did not expect that when the news that he was leaving the territory of chaos came out, he would actually provoke Tyson and others reacted strongly. Today, Jason has long become the backbone of everyone's hearts. When they heard that he was leaving, Tyson and others suddenly felt panicked. This made Jason feel quite helpless. If he had known this would happen, he would have left secretly. Finally, with his good words, Tyson and the others settled down. Fortunately, Renaud is not leaving, and in the past 2 months, everything in the territory of chaos has been on the right track. All this time, although Jason was the president of the Spiritual Medicine Master Association, he was just a hands-off shopkeeper. No matter what, his departure will not make it impossible for the Panacea Association to operate. At the same time, Jason also gave Tyson and the others a piece of development advice. The development of the territory of chaos should always be in the dark, keep a low profile and not be too public, making the major forces on the mainland aware of it. The current chaos territory is too weak. Apart from Reno, the only 7th-level Imperial spiritual master is Reagan, who is unable to withstand the pressure from the outside world. But just the day before Jason left, Archimedes came to Jason's room. "Teacher, I want to go with you." Archimedes looked at Jason with watery eyes. In the past 2 months, in addition to practicing continuously, Jason spent more time preparing spiritual potions. In terms of preparing spiritual consciousness flow, he is not too strong yet. There are still things he needs to learn. Many. When he was preparing it, Archimedes was always there to assist him. After several preparations, Archimedes became Jason's first disciple in the world. Jason did not hide his secrets. In terms of the preparation of spiritual consciousness, Jason could only tell Archimedes some classic theories of later generations. As for how to actually prepare it, Jason himself was not very skilled, and other than that, in addition, Jason also taught Archimedes the basics of technical flow and medicine. In Jason's previous life, technical spiritual medicine was spread as an emerging discipline on the mainland and had formed a unique system. As a pioneer of technical spiritual medicine, he was naturally familiar with teaching it. Looking at what Jason taught him, Archimedes, who would become the #1 elixir master in the future, was dumbfounded by Jason's vast knowledge and the content he taught. It was completely ahead of the times, and he directly surpassed Archimedes. Mead's brain was confused. However, with Archimedes' strong talent, he still understood the most basic part of the knowledge taught by Jason in a short period of time. It could barely be regarded as an introduction. These days, Archimedes has been practicing continuously, and at the same time, he has forgotten all the sleep and food in the technical flow of spiritual medicine taught by Jason. He is obsessed with all of this, and at the same time, he also remembers in his heart that what brought him all this is it's his teacher Jason. Looking at the tearful Archimedes in front of him who wanted to follow him, Jason shook his head and rejected his request. "Archimedes, it's not that I don't want to take you away, it's just that you are too weak now. You have only reached the level of primitive accumulation of spiritual medicine masters. You do not need to go to the mainland to communicate and experience. In your spiritual life, I will not let you leave the territory of chaos until your master level has reached the 7th level of the low-level Imperial Spiritual Master, and your Elixir Master level has not reached the 6th level of the high-level Elixir Master. Only then can you be considered to have a slight touch of the spirit." The threshold of the pharmacist Jason's expression was extremely determined, leaving no room for error. Today's territory of chaos is not the former territory of chaos. The establishment of the Elixir Medicine Association has made the elixir atmosphere in the territory of chaos pretty good, and the accumulation of the Curie family is enough for Archimedes to advance to the 6th level. The 7th level Senior Elixir Master, and the 7th level Imperial Spiritual Master, can give Archimedes a certain ability to protect himself on the mainland. Before that, Jason would not let Archimedes be exposed prematurely. On the mainland. Listening to Jason's resolute words, ordinary people would have been paralyzed with fear. He has reached the 7th level of low-level Imperial Spiritual Master and the 6th level of high-level Elixir Master. Such strength can be regarded as the best in the entire continent. He has gained a little fame, but in Jason's words, he can only be regarded as touching the threshold of Elixir Masters. This makes other 5th-level Elixir Masters and 6th-level Elixir Masters respected by countless people, and are called Master Elixir Masters. How embarrassing it is. "Teacher, don't worry, I will definitely practice hard. Next time we meet, I will definitely meet the requirements you said." Archimedes was not frightened. His eyes were shining with confidence. 7th level low level Imperial Spiritual Master, 6th level high level Elixir Master? Teacher, just wait, I will definitely give you a surprise next time we meet, he secretly swore in his heart. Just like that, late one night, without saying goodbye to everyone, Jason's back flashed with lightning, and he flew out of the Kang's family, quickly heading toward the outer reaches of the territory of chaos. The territory of chaos is so vast that it would probably take several months to get out by walking or carriage. However, Jason, who used the wings of lightning to travel, arrived at the exit of Santa Fe in just a few days. City. Jason, who is now a 4th level senior heavenly spiritual master, will not feel overwhelmed even if he uses the lightning wings for a long time. In fact, no matter how much spiritual energy is consumed by the lightning wings, as a spirit, how could Jason, the pharmacist, lack the elixir to restore his spiritual power? Along the way, Jason almost never stopped when passing by the city, but in Santa Fe City, Jason was rarely interested. Walked in. Today's Santa Fe City has been built quite luxuriously by the Kang's family, but Jason knows that there are many spies in Santa Fe City. Not only Santa Fe City, but also all the exits of the Chaos territory among the nearly 10 edge cities, they are all occupied by the Kang's family and have a large number of spies arranged. The purpose of these spies is mainly to monitor the outsiders who appear from outside the territory of chaos. As long as there are strong people from outside the territory of chaos, anyone who enters the territory of chaos will be immediately detected and there is no way to hide. Looking at this familiar city, Jason couldn't help but feel a little emotional. When he and his father came here a year ago, they just in order to find the cloud spirit fruit to restore his father's arm, but now a year has passed, the entire chaos territory is under his control. Such changes are really unpredictable. After a brief pause in Santa Fe City for a long time, that day, when the color fell into darkness again, Jason flew up again, leaving the territory of chaos and flying quickly towards the north of the territory of chaos. That was where the Salem Empire, one of the 4 great empires on the mainland, was. Location. Daos family, 9 years later, Jason, will go to the Cairo Empire to crush you. Jason's eyes flickered, but before that, I must first obtain the Blood Abyss Essence, and the Blood Abyss Essence, not only can it allow me to reach the level of a 5th level sect spiritual master, but it may also allow my body to reach the 8th level emperor level. By then, I will be able to prepare an 8th level emperor level spiritual potion. In the sky, Jason couldn't help but drink slightly. In the face of huge pressure, both Wayne and his father are constantly practicing one by one, and he can't fall behind. Salem Empire, Blood Abyss Essence, Jason, are here.